hit the like button, whatever it is, because we got everything y'all need, man. Listen, and what you ain't looking for, you gonna be looking for it then.
Scribe or Deebo gonna whoop your ass.
Listen, man. So the Giants got some issues over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not even really an issue, you know. They got some quarterback possibility things going on. The Giants have a demanding open season schedule, it looks like, playing the Commanders, Cowboys, Chiefs, and Chargers over the first 4 weeks of 2025, buddy. Ooh. Athletic reports that Russ must engineer wins against those contenders to prevent head coach from benching him for the rookie Dart. It sounds awfully familiar to 2019 when the plan was for Eli Manning to start with Jones on the bench, and then Jones took over at their 0-2 start. Do you like how Jackson Dart played this preseason?
I do.
Do you like enough to just be like, go in here and don't give Russ a shot at all?
No, they're doing the same thing that the Browns are doing with Joe Flacco to Russell Wilson. They're literally putting them out there. If you start losing, Dart's on your ass. If you win, you can hold them all for a little bit longer. Them dudes were Russell Wilson contract, 1 year, $11.3 million. Joe Flacco's contract, 1 year for $4 million, up to 13 if he plays. So both of them dudes got team-friendly contracts. The coaches is like this. We got these vets out there, year 14, year 18, with these rookies behind them. They're going to look and see what's going on. They might not get their head beaten off the beginning of the season. Watch and learn. See, because it's about to be you out there. Just take notes. You know what I'm saying? So as long as the vets can hold it off, they're going to be out there to play. Russell, same thing. He goes, but he got a schedule on his head. They might give him 4 shots.
Okay, so what happens if Russ get out there, Russ do his thing, somehow miraculously he falls back into the form he had in Seattle, and he's doing the thing, and he done went Pro Bowl, All Pro. What happens then next year?
Next year, they might give him another 1 year jump, maybe 2.
But what round did they get Dart in, right?
They got Dart in the first round. But
yeah.
Like Patrick Mahomes.
You don't get a first rounder to sit him around for 2.
Like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes didn't play. Aaron Rodgers didn't play. These dudes chilled, and as soon as they got in, they took off. You know what I'm saying? If Patrick Mahomes would have got in before Alex Smith was ready to move, then he might have been looking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
It's a learning curve.
It's a little curve. So I think the longer that
big learning curve. I think for quarterbacks, it's even bigger. You know, I mean, you go back to Ben ended up starting, I believe, his first year after. I think it might have been an injury or whatnot.
But you know what Ben had?
Ben had a running game and
a defense. Y'all was knocking people's heads off, and they had a big line, and y'all was toting that joint.
Yeah, so Ben got the opportunity, I believe, to have that learning curve, but actually be in there and do it through the process of the first, couple years, where they'd run the ball, hit you with a deep pass, or run pass here, however it was, which took, a lot of pressure off him, especially as being a young quarterback sitting out there trying to read, defenses, complicated defenses at that. And, that opportunity, I think, helped him, grow even faster. I think, even to the point of, where he would, especially when he was real young, he'd scramble around. And I think like some of that may have been, just trying to get to the read in time, just maybe couldn't get to the read in time. And now, the pressure is coming. So now he scrambles. And what's the first thing that happens when a quarterback starts scrambling? Your defense breaks down. You start trying to get to whoever's near you. And that's great, when you're a quarterback, because now it's just spot and throw, spot the guy you want to hit and throw it to him. So I think that, that was something that was beneficial to him, being a young quarterback, having that running game, having that offensive line, having that defense that, was going to make sure that you got opportunities to be able to go out there and just take your time, getting into the NFL system, and then having a defense that if you did make a mistake, they were there to back you up and put out the fire.
Yep. He ain't feel like they putting the whole everything on him. It's not all depending on you. We're gonna be good regardless. Just don't go out here and mess it all up. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be consistent, do your part, do your 111th, and we're gonna be good. I think that's really good for rookies not having to have too much on their head to come in there and like, oh no, I gotta change the franchise. No, you need to come out here, make sure you know the reads, know what you're doing, know what everybody's job is, and then we're gonna be able to get into it. Hand the ball off to this great running back you got. You know what I'm saying? Behind this big line.
So at what point do you think they put in Dart? At where is that?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing, just depending on how he starts off the season. And I think after Russell Wilson's going to play at least 4.
2-2. Like Jones. They go 0-2. What happens?
He go 0-2. They talking. He goes 0-2. He might start the third game. He may get pulled.
So you say he go 0-2, that it's a possibility he gets a chance in the third game.
Yeah.
Having the rook ready to go ahead and step on in.
He might get pulled the third game. Won't make it to the I don't know if he make it to the fourth if they go 0-3. Because the way Dart was looking in the preseason, he looked good. He looked like, all right, man, this gonna be keep losing. Like he was.
The thing I hate about the preseason, man, is that you don't really get to see the players that you're going to get to see in the regular season. So it may make some guys look better than what they are, because you're not actually going against the talent that you would be going against. Because, like you said, like I said, rather, 50 of those guys that just got put in there aren't going to make it.
Nope.
So, that's, again, another 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other.
No, 1,000%.
Yeah. But do you think that if this doesn't work here and Russ gets benched, do you think this is the last stop for him? Do you think that's...
Man, no. Quarterbacks have 13,000 lives, and I know for sure somebody have him as a backup somewhere. I think he's a good dude. I don't know. The circus, they might think Russell has a little bit of stuff going on with him, but in my opinion, I think he'd be able to stay in the league a couple more years for sure, if not trying to fight for a starting
position. When you say the circus, you gotta elaborate on that.
When I say the circus, they just the way Russell would go whatever the team it is, go. Like just his little that stuff, and then some just from Seattle. He's a good dude. I like Russell Wilson. But people try to say he's a little like corny, and then bringing in Sierra. Like there's more than just
it's a little bit of an entourage to him too.
Yeah, I don't mean to say circus. I don't think it's a circus. I love Sierra. I love Russ. They're nothing but nice to me. But the way that people always try to make other people's situations seem like, oh, we got so much going on. NFL owners, they may not want to have time for, if your quarterback is not balling like a $50 million quarterback, they might think that that's a lot that comes with him. So I'm not trying to say that that's me personally. I'm just trying to say how the way, you know what I'm saying, league.
I think, just from what I've seen and what I heard, I think to any organization, depending on, not any organization, depending on where you at, I don't think New York, it would be such a thing. I think
they can handle it.
I think in smaller cities, it would be
smaller markets,
more of a distraction, especially, with the entourage that, comes along with it. And the players, we in Pittsburgh, don't nobody go around with, bodyguards or anything like that. Everybody goes where they need to go by themselves. So, but for me, I think it would be his last stop. It's New York. It's the Giants, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, where else you go from there? If you
it's probably not to like just if he wants to stay in the league, you know what I'm saying? You know how you got those guys, man. At the end of the day, backup quarterbacks is probably one of the easiest positions to have in the league. If you go
But
back up,
do he want to be a backup quarterback making, league minimum? And, it's a lot that goes on with you having all that stuff around you. Is that even, worth it at that point? You know what
you're
I'm
right.
saying?
No, for sure. I don't think it would be worth it to Russ, but you never know. Like if he wants to still be involved in the game, like this is what he's doing. But at the same time, like you said, he got a lot of stuff going on off the field, so he may not like 11 million a year right now. To him is he got dope, so he's not really worried. May not be worried about the bread as much, but I'm like for the love of the game, if you want to go give yourself a shot to try to continue, you're right. I don't know who many teams would maybe give him that starting opportunity. If he's okay with the backup role, then that might be a situation he might just got to be like, you know what, like my time is up, or like you got gracefully bow out. The league gonna let you know when your time is up. When you stop getting them calls, you know, like, oh, ain't nobody hitting. Okay, so I guess it's my time to go ahead and go.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. That I think it's going to come down to him going somewhere and them saying, okay, you're going to be the starter. I don't think that's going to happen. Him going somewhere and being okay with saying, okay, I'm going to be the backup to blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you a person that has played in this game for a while, understands things and can come in and give you that fill in when you would need it. But is he willing to do that? That's going to be the big thing that is going to be yet to be seen, I would say. As far as him being corny, man, he ain't corny, dude.
I don't think he's corny either, bro.
I think he's he's him, dude. And it's not, see, corny is being fake to me. That's him. He's not being fake.
Yes. Okay. No,
that is just totally him. I met the dude, sat down with him, ate. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking and I'm talking to him and we're there for a few hours and I'm like, this is really him. Like, this is really the guy he is. It's the dude you see, on TV, that's him. That's authentically him. It's not, I mean, some people may call it corny, but it's only corny if you doing it and it ain't you. But that's him, man. It was. I ain't gonna lie, man. It kind of surprised me to see, and I'm like, I'm about to see, the real him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I had never met him. I'm like, all right, I'm about to see him behind closed doors. What ain't really in front of the cameras. For sure. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, yo. That's really him, man.
It's genuine, bro. It's genuine. He's super chill dude. And that's like you said, too. You said corny is somebody pretending to be something they not. That's not Russ.
No.
That ain't Russ.
That's authentically him, man, for sure.